Hey, hi there everybody, Natasha here, the Loving Chef. I hope you're well. Welcome, and thank you ever so much for dropping in. And today we are going to be doing an amazing chocolate and courgette cake. It's flourless, it's vegan, so there's no egg, there's no dairy in there at all, and there's no refined sugar. So first things first, you want to turn your oven on. And you want your oven about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. About 180 degrees Celsius, or gas mark 4 and 5 for those of you on gas. You'd like to have a 9-inch ring cake tin, but obviously if you haven't got a 9-inch, a 7-inch will be fine. The cake will just take a little bit longer to cook because it's a little bit fatter. And I like to make a little cartouche. Now cartouche is just little, like, I like to line my tins just for ease and grace. Top it up. And then all of a sudden we have a round, and it's called a cartouche. So I'm going to line my tin. Now you don't have to grease it if you don't want to, it works well. I need to keep my station clean and tidy. So yes, so that's the tin ready to go. Okay, now if you've got a mixer, happy days. If you haven't got a mixer, a bowl will be just as adequate with a wooden spoon or a mixing spoon and things in there as well. That's not a problem there at all. But in my mixing bowl, I want to put 1 cup of almond butter. Now, as you can see, I've already been practicing. Now, almond butter is amazing. It's pure, it's natural. You want it unsalted if possible. And I've got my little cups here. If you need to go a different measurement, you can always Google and find out about pounds and ounces or grams, depends on what you work on. But this is literally 100 gram 100% almonds that's been roasted and then made into almond butter very easily. So this is going to go into my mixing bowl. Get it all out. Very nutritious. Almonds are amazing. They're really good for your skin, full of vitamin E, and they really do make a perfect protein snack as well. You're going to do 1/3 cup of maple syrup. Now, maple syrup, if you haven't got maple syrup, use golden syrup, that's fine, but then it will be refined sugar. But it really depends on what you've got in your cupboards at the moment, especially obviously with lockdown and things. And I haven't prepared, so I haven't taken the top off. I do apologise with everything. But there we go. 1/3 cup of maple syrup. And you want to try and get the 100% maple syrup. If you haven't got maple syrup, date syrup, agave syrup. Oops, I'm missing the thing. And that goes in there as well. So this is what sweetens everything. Okay, so that goes in there. And then you want 1/2 cup of mashed banana, ripe mashed banana. Now, depending how ripe they are, I've got some quite ripe ones here that I've been using to ripen my avocados with. So that's a nice little gesture there, and we want 1/2 cup. Now you can use a fork, you can mash it, you can use a spoon and mash it, you can put it into a bowl. It really depends on how confident you are with things, but I tend to just mash it on a board. Let me just say, mash it on a board and then pop it into the measuring cup with things. Now bananas works very well with vegan food. It's a binder, so it acts like an egg. And you want to squid it in quite well. Now you must be thinking, oh, I don't like bananas. Personally, I don't like bananas either, but you won't be able to taste it. I need a little bit more in there. So probably go 1/2 banana again. And this really is a quick, simple little recipe. That's absolutely amazing. It tastes amazing. It can be made in advance. It can be made as a cake, or it can be made as a dessert. Nice dessert. So yeah, so there's my cup, there is my half a cup of banana, and that's going to go into the bowl as well. Pop this in the compost, and then I'm going to add in there my teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now if you've got liquid extract, that's absolutely fine. I've got powdered, I've got like super strength catering extract. Wish you could have a smell button. So I won't be putting in a teaspoon, because a teaspoon for me is far too much of this super strength 100% organic natural vanilla and things. So I'm just going to do a little bit, but you add in there, you know your ingredients, so you add in there what it is that you need. Okay, and then we're going to mix this up. So it's almost like a batter. You don't want too big of knobs of banana in there. Just scrape it down the bowl. And this has formed a nice base. Let's see whether I can bring it over a little piece. Okay. It's just like that, so it's not too dropping. It's not too gloopy. Okay, then into there, just scrape it down. And then into there I'm going to add my salt. Now I like to use Himalayan salt. And we're going to add in there, oh, how much salt? 1/4 teaspoon. Himalayan salt is pink salt. You can measure it out. But yes, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Cinnamon. So it's quite hard for me to keep to a recipe, I have to say, because like normally I go, oh, this will be fine. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. So I've really had to knuckle down and get into contact with my own, how much is this? So hence the reason why I'm reading the recipe. It's 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Cinnamon gives it a really in-depth flavour. It's really a deep flavour that's an overtone flavour. So you think, ooh, chocolate, and then, ooh, hold on a minute, what is that taste? So yes, the cinnamon's really good for that. And then 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. Now you can either use cocoa powder, like you would do like a regular cake, or if you want it super healthy, you can use organic cacao powder, and I'll go through that, which one's which. But for now, I'm going to use cocoa powder. I want 1/2 cup. It's quite rich, but this is really good, ladies and gentlemen. This is really good. Okay, and that goes into here. Everything. And then you want to stir this in, or have a machine to stir it in for you. And you can throw it all over everywhere if you'd like to. I love getting messy, it's part of it, it's so fun. It's so fun. Now that's a nice, rich, very thick cake consistency, raw cake consistency. With that. Okay, now the courgettes. Courgettes I've been using from the garden, so it's all very magical. But you want to wash the courgettes. I've pre-washed mine already. Let's just move this back over here. So I've already pre-washed mine. So I'm literally just going to go to Now I grate mine with the skin on because I like the texture within the cake. And most recipes get you to squeeze out the moisture, whereas this one, we want to keep the moisture inside of the courgettes because that's what makes the cake stay moist whilst it's baking. Okay, so you want 2 cups. You want to kind of squidge it in. Now these are only half that I'm using, so you want 2 cups, 2 full cups. And to need to grate a little bit more. So bear with me. Enough for another half a cup. And I'll pop that in there. Now I'll slowly turn the machine on to mix it all up and to bind it up. It is quite a tight cake mixture. That's all nicely mixed up there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to chop up or break up some vegan chocolate, and depending what size you'd like in there, depends really how much you chop it up or break it up. I like mine quite chunky. Everything for me is quite a chunky thing. And again, you want half a cup. Yes, half a cup of your chocolate to go in there. And that too can go in the machine. And then just gently mix it all up. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That's as easy as it gets. Scrape it down. Now, I've missed out one vital ingredient here, which is my baking soda, which I've just remembered. And the baking soda is what helps it rise. So the baking soda, we're going 1 teaspoon. So I'll just quickly mix this in. Pop that there. There we have it. I hope you can see that. And then literally, we're going to pour it into the tin. And then we'll get it into the oven. And it's going to bake for approximately 35 to 40 minutes. I want to spread it all out in the tin. There we are. There we go. Pop it into the oven, top shelf. And that is generally it. 35 to 40 minutes. And you want to make sure when you put a knife in it or a cocktail stick into it, it comes out moist, but not all clean, because it's such a rich cake that it will never become clean. So hopefully that's okay for you all. Thank you ever so much for popping in today. Please do like, please do share if you'd like to share the recipe. I'm available for comments and questions if you want to get onto my Facebook and or onto the website, or give me a call, pop it into the comments, not a problem at all. Happy baking, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care for now. Natasha, the loving chef. Bye.